Hey everybody, Joe Casabona here, and the time is upon us. It's after Halloween. The sales are starting. Black Friday and Cyber Monday are around the corner. The holidays right after that. And every year I update the gift guides that you can find over at casabona.org/guides. They're gift guides for people who work from home, podcasters, and pens, just because I love pens. And they are pretty popular content. I've been, for example, working from home for a long time. And so I know what a lot of people working from home, what they're looking for, and some of the struggles and some of the gear. And I thought this year, instead of just having a page dedicated to the work from home gift guide, I would create a video and show you some of the things that I own that I mention in the gift guide, add a little bit more context and things like that. So let's get into the video. There will be chapter markers if you're interested in specific things. But before that, I need to ask you to subscribe to this channel. I put out a video a week. I also go live weekly, and you can see all of that on your subscriptions page in YouTube if you subscribe to this channel. Now, if you really like what I'm doing, you can sign up for the Build Something Club. It is my membership. People who sign up over at buildsomething.club get access to ad-free extended episodes of my podcast, How I Built It. They also get access to the live stream archives, which are only available to members. And in those live stream archives, I have how I was building out these pages. So people watched me build these out in real time. And in an upcoming episode of the podcast for members only, I will take a deeper dive into that. So if you're interested in how I put these gift guides together, how I decide what goes into them and what I leave out and some of my decision making, sign up for the buildsomething.club over at buildsomething.club. It's $50 a year. That is less than $5 a month. Okay, so with that out of the way, once again, these will be over at casabona.org/guides. There will be a link in the description below, but let's dive into it. Okay, so today we're going to work through the work from home gift guide. So this is pretty lengthy. This is my most comprehensive guide, but there is a nice little table of contents here if there are things that you want to take a closer look at. So first, let's start with connecting with others. I think that a lot of people who work from home, especially now that more people are working from home, need some good gear when it comes to video calls and creating content like this. So we'll start with the microphone. I have this one teed up. This is the ATR 2100X. I am a big fan of this microphone. It's really affordable, and it's both USB and XLR. So if you don't have an interface or anything like that, you can just plug it right into your computer, and I think it sounds really good. So you get this and maybe a stand, and you have a really nice sounding microphone. In fact, this one might sound a little bit better than my boom mic, which I kind of cheaped out on. I plan on upgrading that. But this is the ATR 2100. The new one that's available now, the ATR 2100X, slightly better, but same class of microphone, same price range. And this is one that I strongly recommend to a lot of people. Now, if you're more interested in a headset, I recommend the Sennheiser PC8 USB headset. This is the one that's closest to the one I've used at LinkedIn Learning to record my LinkedIn Learning courses. And it's good enough for LinkedIn Learning. So I think it's a good, solid headset as well. This will be the headphones, and the mouthpiece will come out right in front. So when you move your head, the microphone goes with you. And if you're interested in in more podcast gear, I am doing a video for my podcasters gift guide. That's going to be over at the Podcast Liftoff YouTube channel, which will be in the card right here. It'll be in the description as well. Okay, so when it comes to a webcam, a good webcam, I picked up the Elgato Facecam recently, and I've been using this as an overhead camera, and I've really liked it. So I'll plug this in a minute so you can see the picture quality. It's a 1080p camera. It's $200, but there are a lot of settings that allow you to fine tune the picture a bit. So, you know, this is maybe a little more pricey than some people are looking for, especially if it's not 4K, because the Logitech Brio, for example, is 4K and $200. But I think the most important thing here is the picture quality, and how well it responds to lighting. And I think the Elgato Facecam does that really well. Now, if you're looking for something cheaper, the Logitech C920 is out there, and that's less than $100. That's been really hard to come by lately. That was like my first not built-in webcam, and I really like that. But let's switch to the Elgato Facecam feed here. So I'll hold it up. I will switch to this, and then switch here. So it's about the same place as the Sony A6400. And when I switch to that, so you can see it's a wider lens, and I do look a little bit washed out. Now, there are settings here. So I can open up the settings, which let me see if you could see that here. So, okay, so you could see me. This is not the best experience, but that's okay. You can see that we can change the exposure and the compensation for the exposure. We can change the zoom. So if I do have it positioned over here, I can zoom in or out a little bit more. I can change the contrast. So again, based on my lighting, which for most people, lighting's not going to change, right? So based on my lighting, I can make some changes here. Now, you know, of course, the Sony A6400 is just leaps and bounds better. That's a professional camera. But again, the Facecam is so much better than the built-in camera once you get it dialed in. I usually use it as an overhead camera. And so when it is dialed in, again, based on my lighting, it looks really good. Okay, so now let's actually talk about lighting. I think lighting is something that most people overlook. And so when you work from home, you don't need a super elaborate lighting setup, right? You can get, like, there's this newer 2-pack of lights on stands, or you can get the Lume Cube, which just hooks right onto your computer, and provides good lighting. I recommend the Elgato Key Light and Key Light Air. Again, I have some automation, so I just turn them up really bright. If we switch to the Facecam here, you can see, well, you can see my daughter's artwork, but you can see what they look like. So like I can change the color temperature. This is going to correct for the color temperature, but I can turn them down. The other one is over here. And so I think that these are really flexible. And if you're going to be on camera a lot, I would recommend getting some good lights. Now, I also have the Philips Hue lights behind me, the light strip and then the light bulb. These are both colored, so I can change the color if I want and improve the lighting that way too. But if you're looking for good lighting, Hue lights, I got rid of the home automation section. Let me know in the comments if you want to see the automation section come back. I've gotten some requests in my last video about doing a video for the Stream Deck. So if you're interested in home automation, let me know. I'll bring that section back. But I think good lighting is really important. Now, productivity tools. This is going to be different for everybody. The one thing I will highlight here, though, is the theme system journal. I really like this. I'll open to a blank page so I don't put my actual journal, but let me do this. So you can kind of see how the page is laid out. It's a bunch of different boxes. I've been journaling consistently because of this for about 2 years now. So I've been a big fan of that journal. I also have the William Hanna leather notebook. This is a ring binder, so you can kind of build your own planner or notebook. So this is really good for my my weekly and monthly planning is what I'll usually put in here, as well as long-term notes, and that's really durable. So those are the two things that I wanted to highlight. I don't think I need to highlight any of the digital tools. I have separate videos for those. But if you are interested in more of that, you can check out my pen guide, which probably won't get its own video. Now, the analog system by Ugmonk is something I'm a huge fan of. And I actually have an extra one, so maybe I'll give that away. Maybe that'll be like a good channel giveaway. Let me know in the comments if you want to win the analog by Ugmonk. So this is a simple to-do system. I can keep cards in the back here and store them here, and then each card has a set of things that you are supposed to accomplish. I should probably make a video dedicated to the analog. I use it every day. You could probably, let's see, can we look at my to-do list here? Yeah, so you can see the stuff that I'm working on today. The work from home gift guide is right there. I'll be able to cross that off soon. And it's been a really good way for me to plan out my day. I think a lot of people have trouble figuring out what to do each day, especially if they have a lot, and the analog helps with that. I also there's also next and someday cards. And for next, I've been using them as what I want to do for the month, and someday I've been using for what I want to do for the quarter. So that's how I've adapted the system a little bit, but I am a huge fan of everything Ugmonk does, and Jeff Sheldon over at Ugmonk does, and the analog system is just so good. I really recommend it. Next up is comforts of home. Now, again, everybody's going to kind of have their own opinion on coffee, but these are the ones that I like. Rook is close to me in New Jersey. I was using the AeroPress for a while. Now we just have like a regular coffee maker because my wife didn't like the AeroPress. But the coffee grinder is great. We'll buy whole beans and grind them up, and it's fantastic. Now, when it comes to office ergonomics, the chair I recommend is the chair I'm sitting in right now. That's the Steelcase Gesture. It's expensive, but I'm sitting in this chair 8 to 10 hours a day. And so I wanted something that's not going to give me back pain. So I think Steelcase makes really good things. Now, something that I've added that I think anybody who has a rolly chair, especially on carpet, should add is these Rollerblade wheels. They're a lot smoother than the regular like crappy plastic wheels that they come with. And they're really easy to install. So I would recommend those Rollerblade wheels. I'm a huge fan of these as well. It just makes the chair feel a lot more stable. So even if you don't want or need an office chair, if you have a rolly chair, I think the Rollerblade wheels are amazing. All right, moving along. Stuff to elevate your desk, a good mouse. I use the Logitech MX Master 3 because you can customize the buttons and you can easily switch between multiple devices. Backups and storage. I have a whole video on my backup system, but I'll generally recommend that you have an external hard drive and then offsite backups. So Backblaze is the one that you should get there. And then I also have a portable hard drive, which right now I'm using for my photos library because it takes up a lot of space on my main hard drive. Okay, headphones. Everybody has their own opinions about headphones, but I'll tell you mine. I have the AirPods Pro and I love them. I use them every day. These are not on the list because I think these are like more expensive than most people. Like if you're willing to pay like $300 or more for wired headphones, you probably know what you're looking for, but I do like these a lot. I will recommend in the sub $200 category, the Audio-Technica ATH M50s. Those are connected to my drum set now. I have an electronic drum set. And then Bose just came out with the Quiet Comfort 45s, the successor to their fantastic 35s. So if you're looking for solid noise canceling headphones, I have whatever the middle one, I think it was like the 7s or something like that. Not a fan of those. The 45s are the ones that I would recommend. So AirPods, Bose Quiet Comfort 45s, or if you need wired headphones, the ATH M50s. And then for the last of the tech section, I'll just mention there's a couple of things I have here. One is the Hover Duo from, it's not shown here, but 12 South. Again, I'm a really big fan of that, so I'll just switch to this. That's what my iPad is connected to, and it's like it's a flexible neck, so I can change the height. But I think it's if you use your iPad a lot in conjunction with your computer or as your primary machine, this is going to allow you to elevate it so that you're not hunched over. So just a few miscellaneous things I recommend here. Oh, and then the iPad mini. I'm going to do a full review on the iPad mini. This was on my live stream, but I love this thing. I use it for reading. I use it for note taking. I barely touch my iPad Pro. So if you're looking for you or a loved one, a big gift that's very small, I can't say enough good things about the iPad mini. And then rounding out this guide is just clothing ideas and ideas to get out of the house. Because if you work from home and you are an extrovert like me, you're going to look for social, either social gatherings or just someplace else to work. Because if you work where you sleep, you can get a little stir crazy. So that's what rounds out the guide. I should say there are affiliate links in that guide. I will link this guide specifically in the description down below. But that's it for this video. What did you like? Let me know. What did you like? Let me know in the comments. If you want to see a deeper review on anything I mentioned, I'm happy to do it. Otherwise, don't forget to subscribe to this channel to see whenever I publish a video or go live. And if you really like what I'm doing, you can sign up for the Build Something Club over at buildsomething.club. But until next time, thanks so much for watching. Get out there and build something.